Cactus Jack in here, Country Conversations, and we're here with Stanley Walker. This guy is a rockabilly legend. He's been on the road with everybody. Now, how did you get to meet all these entertainers? How did all that come
Well,
about?
our agent, when I worked for Gene Shepard, see, like I was talking to you earlier, we had to work package shows, you know.
Uh-huh.
Could be Merle Haggard, could be just whoever. And anybody that didn't have their band, we had to back them up, see.
Yes, sir.
So that's how it come me to work with these people. Yeah.
You told me a story here a few minutes ago about Roy Clark.
Yeah, well, when I quit the road in '74, I was doing a hee-haw show in Florida with Junior Sample and all them people with hee-haw.
Boy,
And I don't know how many people was there, but a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I remember doing that. I wish I could have got some pictures, but they wouldn't taking them like they do today. But anyway, I got to meet Roy Clark, and he asked me if I'd back him up. And I thought, well, man, I don't know if I can keep up with him or not. I thought he's going to be too hard to work with. You know, he's a guitar picker now. He's a gimmick picker, what you call a gimmick picker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that crazy about gimmick pickers, but he's a great artist. He's a great guitar player.
He made a long career and a big body of work out of those gimmicks, didn't he?
For that, you know.
Yeah.
And but it was a trip, you know, different places, meeting all them people I heard, you know, through the years. But the Grand Ole Opry was my thing.
Yeah. Tell me about that. Tell me about your first trip to the Grand Ole Opry.
Well, we was leaving Hendersonville. We lived in Hendersonville. I lived with Jean and her husband, Benny Birchfield, and we was going to Opry the first night I was on. And so I told Jean, I said, Gina, I'm not sure I can do it. I mean, I was serious. I was just so scared. I just waited so many years.
And there you were.
It helped me. She said, well, you pick as good as anybody down here. Well, that helps. God knows that helps. But that still ain't helping.
It don't help with the nerves, does it?
The nerves, man.
Yeah, buddy.
I heard Johnny Cash say one time he still got nervous when he played Grand Ole Opry. Ain't that something?
On a very small scale, you know, I've been doing this, what I do, for 41 years. I think if you don't get butterflies, you need to find another job. If you're performing for people and they've laid down their money to put you in there and you're not.
Well, out of all the places I played, I never was that nervous, you know, but I was in awe of all those stars. I mean,
that was at the original Opry. That was at the Ryman.
Yeah.
They finally brought that
we
back.
We was always on Roy Acuff's portion. Roy Acuff, you know, was on his portion nearly every Saturday or when we was there.
Yeah.
We had to do the Opry if we wasn't on the road. Yeah. Now, if we've been out on tour and have to go back to Nashville.
It's a long little ride, isn't it?
I can tell you a lot of stuff, but it take too long.
I tell you what, Stanley, I'm tickled to death to have you in here with us. We call this show Country Conversations.
Oh, I'm glad to get to tell it, man. You know.
Can you remember how many people you actually have backed up and played behind and played with on the road?
People ask me, we go to jam sessions, they want to know who I played with. I just can't. I can't get it all together.
Well, without going into any details, but just listing it off, you played with Haggard.
I worked for Crystal Gale when she first started.
I didn't know that. That's the first time I'm hearing this one.
Did a show with her. She's beautiful.
Crystal Gale, you said you worked with Haggard.
Yeah, and this Lefty Frizzell.
Lefty, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I guess I should have, but.
Well, right along there is when he died.
Yeah.
I got to play a show with him. Of course, I scared to death because Lefty is the first guy that sung a song, you know.
Yeah.
His song. And it's just so many things, you know. I can't remember everybody. I see.
Do you remember how you got started picking a guitar?
Yeah.
How did that start?
Well, it's that same old thing with pickers. There's an old Gene Autry guitar there on my pappy's farm.
Yeah.
And my aunt had this old, I think it might have been 4 strings on her, 5 maybe. And I'd get a case knife, play it like a dobro.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'd turn it up and learn things up right.
Yeah.
But I tuned in E. I didn't know how to tune or nothing. God just gave it to me.
That's a blessing.
He just gave it to me.
Well, did you always play in E, or did you?
Always. Yeah. I can't play standard.
That's the coolest stories. That's why we're here, to find out. Where was your daddy's farm? You said
right down,
where are you from originally? Is what
Lake City.
Lake City, Kentucky.
My pappy had a farm in Lake City.
That was way long before Kentucky Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how I got started doing that, and it just kept going. And I'd sit in everywhere I could and learn. I could learn from somebody that wasn't all that good. You can always pick up something if you want it bad enough.
Yes, sir.
Now, it wasn't easy. I could tell you some stuff, but I can't go into some of the stuff I had to go through with in my life. It's unreal. I can't believe it.
But it was all worth it. Yeah, I saw you sit down at that birthday party. What was there, 25 pickers there and singers, and they all wanted to play with Stanley. I wish I'd have brought my guitar. I didn't bring it. All I can do is hum and strum, but man, I could say I played with Stanley Walker. That would be something for me to tell when I'm old and hairy, you know.
Oh, it's been a trip, a Cactus. It really has been wonderful. God's blessed me.
What was your first show that you ever played on for money? What did you do the first money? Time?
Oh Lord, I don't know. I met Ray, and then.
No, I meant like, did you play local dance halls or honky tonk?
Yeah, I did. Schoolhouses.
So what was your first one?
Play parties back
do you remember where you were, what you did the first time?
Yeah, up between the rivers. They had a fiddlers contest and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So I remember playing that, and that's going back a long time ago, man.
Yeah, you just saying between the rivers. You know, it was before the 40s, because there was lakes after the 40s, or at least there was one lake after the 40s.
But I got to work with so many people. I just can't never think. I'm gonna have to write them down.
Yeah, we'll do this some more. I want to hear some of your road stories. I mean, I'm just tickled to death to hang out with you. And we're going to, I think, wrap this up right here. I've got enough. We're going to do a video about your birthday party and shoot some pictures of you playing with those people. One more thing I want to get before you go. Miss Leona Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about Miss Leona Williams.
Well, I forget what year it was I met Leona, but it was before she married Haggard, you know, and stuff. I got to meet her. I can't remember what year it was, but and through the years she called me to do different things, you know, like her sister got married or somebody. I played for that wedding, things like that, you know. And Leona's such a nice lady, and she's one of my favorite girl singers.
Hearing y'all sing at the birthday party,
it was something.
I know she lives in our area. I mean, I know she lives local here. She's close by, and I've seen her quite a bit. We've never been formally introduced, but she just seems like such a gracious person, and what a singer. I don't think she ever got credit for
no, she didn't get enough
how her singer talent.
I think she had 2 million sellers, she told me, on her songs.
I don't doubt that a bit.
Yeah, she wrote 2 of Haggard's #1 records. No telling what you made off of that. I mean,
Marty gives her a lot of credit. When Marty Haggard was here a couple of years ago, she came out
and
sang
him,
with
and
him.
I thought he'd done such a good job, man.
And they're coming back. They're going to be back this summer.
I want to go see him again.
Ben and Noel, I think, are coming back this summer, too. That's Kentucky Opry shows here in the area.
Yeah.
Well, Stanley, I know you got to go. We got to wrap this up, but thank you so much for your time. We'll get together and do this again. I think this may be a regular feature on my channel.
Day, man.
God bless you, brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you. But Kay said, well, you need to wear a shirt, you know, if you're going to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Before we, you know, just talked, and so I didn't know what.
Well, that was the thing, was I had been telling Dee Dee for a while I wanted to get you on YouTube. And when this came up, I said, that's perfect, because he'll want to come out there, and he'll be ready. And I guess I got Kay to dress you up nice, you know, where you'd be. And, buddy, you look like $1 million.
When I go out the door, she has me dressed. She buys everything for me.